So zoom, not zoom.
You don't necessarily feel that connection like through the arm. So definitely feel that connection, which is
This
good.
brown chair is mine
Let's
as
talk a
well.
little bit about hip
I'll probably
action.
take it with me.
Just take it. I'm going to sit on the floor. So
So we're stepping to the side.
I like having that chair.
Send this hip back. Yeah, so we don't want to take too big of a step here. This foot will move slightly like in rumba, but because cha-cha is so fast, you won't have necessarily as much time as you do in rumba. Okay, but you still have this nice hip action. 2, 3, and then you have shot, shot, shot. So here when we step here with a straight leg, yes. And when we bring this leg in, it's going to be bent. And then when we push up, it's going to go up and over. Boom. Okay. And this leg will then straighten. Okay, so we're very right side prominent here. And we're going to step forward, 2, 3. When we step forward, however, this leg here is going to lock in here. Okay, so we're limited on how much we can't keep going because our leg won't let us go anymore, right? So yeah, 2, 3, shot, 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 2, 3, shot, 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 and 2, and 3, and shot, 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 and 2, and 3, and shot, 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 and 2, 3, shot, 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 and 2, 3, and shot, shot, shot. Good. 2, 3, shot, shot, shot. Your arms look very good. So when you send over here with the rib cage, this side is going to go out. A lot of times with beginners, they don't have this concept of, the rib cage and how the arms are connected to the actual body. So you want to chop, chop, chop. Especially if you ever do like a sort of apart, similar to jive, you want to keep the arms relaxed. You don't want too much movement. Cha-cha is very ticky. It's very much about the hip action. If you have too much arms, it's going to take away from the hip action. So you really have to think about, in this figure, what am I trying to emphasize? So here in your basic, if you were to do an apart basic, here you're really trying to emphasize the hip action. 2, 3, chop, chop, chop. It's not really about the arms. So my arms aren't going all wild. My arms are just here to stabilize my body, right? But, there's some nice natural movement. They're not tense. But they complement the hip action. But they're easy enough so that you're focusing on the hip action, which is really what you'll focus on in cha-cha. Okay, does that help? So try. We'll just do this 2 for a moment. Okay. 1, 2, 3, chop, chop, chop. 2, 3, chop, chop, chop. Good. 2, 3, chop, chop, chop. 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 2, on. So one thing that's happening, so when you're coming in for chop, you're kind of bringing this foot in, and it's kind of, as opposed to staying turned out, it's kind of closing in. So this foot, your right foot is staying turned out, but this foot is coming in and kind of closing as if you were like in a waltz or something. So you want to make sure that when you bring this here, you still keep this nice turnout and boom. And you're still turned out in speed. Good. Yeah? Try again. We'll just do it apart. And we'll go 1, 2, 3. Chop, chop, chop. Good. 2, 3. Chop, chop, chop. 2, 3. Chop, chop, chop. 2, 3. Chop, chop, chop. You dance standard, right?
I didn't really do a lot of standard.
Okay. Do you dance a little bit of standard now?
Yeah.
Tango? Promenade?
Yeah.
Okay. So here in the body action, so the hips look good. Now we're going to get in the side. So here we're coming on this diagonal. Chop, chop. We're neutral. Boom. So here you have this side is very prominent in here. It's very much similar to a promenade action. So if you were in tango, if we were to get into frame, this is what I look like. That knee. But this is what I look like in promenade, right? Because I'm pushing into the lady to turn her to promenade. So when you're going in these, and if you went the other way, then you'd be in counter promenade, but that's whatever. So when you want to think of it like if I was leading, I want to lead my partner into promenade. But got to keep the shoulders back because the tendency is if you're going like this, the shoulder's going to come forward and they're going to kind of tip over. Okay? So let's try it. We'll go 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. Cha, cha. 1, 2, 3. Cha, cha. 1. Good. 2, 3. Cha, cha. 1, 2, 3. Cha, cha. 1, 2. Even more up here. Cha, cha. 1, 2, 3. Cha, cha. 1, 2, 3. Cha, cha. 1, 2, 3. Cha, cha. 1. Good. 2, 3. Cha, cha. 1, 2, 3. Cha, cha. 1. 2, 3. Cha, cha. 1. Good. So now so when we're here, if we go into like something like a New Yorker, right? Because we're already here, you can get this nice build-up that kind of just releases. 4 and 1, 2, 3. 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 Because in cha-cha, we want to emphasize 1 and we want to emphasize 3. So if we're going 4 and 1, 2, 3. 4 and 1, 2, 3. 4 and 1, 2, 3. And 4 and 1, 2, 3. Okay? When you're coming out from those New Yorkers, so you're here on 2, 3, you're going to hit this transition point on the and, where we're in that nice kind of Latin step. 4 and 1, and 2, 3, and 4 and 1, and 2, 3, and 4 and 1, and 2, 3, and 4 and 1. It'll be the same thing in rumba. So when you step 4, 1, and 2, 3, and 4, 1, and 2, 3, and 4, 1, and 2, 3, and 4, 1, and 2, 3. All the time, especially in cha-cha and rumba, we're always transitioning from this space, right? All of these walks, and you're going through this kind of collection. It's everywhere, and it's vital for Latin, okay? There's a really good exercise. It's more of a rumba exercise. But if you go 4, 1, and you'll do a spot turn. 2, 3, and 4, 1, spot turn. 2, 3, and 4, 1. Walk 2, and 3, and 4, 1. And 2, 3, and 4, 1. And 2, and 3, and 4, 1. That kind of exercise, it really works on, I mean, you're working on spot turns and you're working on walking, but it really enforces that collection. So let's try it together. So we'll start with our spot turn. We'll go 4, 1, and 2, 3, and 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 1. Now we'll walk, and 2, and 3, and 4, 1. And we have and 2, 3, and 4, 1. And 2, and 3, and 4, 1. And 2, and 3, and 4, 1. Okay, try it again. 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 1. And 2, and 3, and walk forward. And 2, and 3, and 4, 1. And 2, and 3, and 4, 1. And 2, and 3, and 4, 1. and 2, and 3, and 4, 1, spot turn, and 2, and 3, and 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and walk, and 2, and 3, and 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 1. Okay? Let's try with some music. Oh, it's playing on her iPhone. Why?
Hang on.
Can you figure it out?
Yeah.
Great. We'll try it again. We'll go 5, 6, 7, and 4, 1, and 2, and 3, 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 and 4, 1. Cool? How's that feel? Yeah?
Sorry.
I don't want that.
No. Okay, you know what?
Try again. Go 5, 6, and 4, 1, and 2, and 3, 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 and spot turn, and 2, and 3, and 4, 1, good, and 2, and 3, and 4, 1, 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 and 2, and 3, and 4, 1. So that's a good exercise that you can work on. It works both the hip movement, the ankles, the arms too. That's all stuff that really works on. Good.
What do you want?
International rumba. Sure. Turn it down too. You can turn it down too.
There's a volume thing
There's a
on the lower
volume
right.
button.
On the screen on the lower right.
You with the signs.
2, 3, 4, 1.
Don't be discouraged, already in lies. It's hard to take courage in a world full of people. You can decide every falling darkness till inside you feel so
2,
small.
3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Come on. Go further down, because we're going to run off.
Are you
4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Go on. Now let's try some. We're not going to do that, but we'll try some.